Now, John Lewis and Boots are the latest companies to announce large-scale job cuts on many of the front pages this morning. A combined total of 5,300 posts are expected to be lost as a result. They join other national firms such as Upper Crust, British Airways and Pret a Manger. With me now is someone who can help if you're just about to re-enter the jobs market. Jenny Jamieson is director of 2i Recruit, based in Godalming. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Leslie. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, it's really tough, isn't it, to be finding a new job in the current market?
It is. It's very, very tough indeed. And there's lots and lots of competition out there at the moment. But don't worry, we have picked up in the last 2 weeks. We're definitely seeing some green shoots locally,
That
and
is
have some good
encouraging.
jobs.
Yeah, good. Okay, so in terms of top tips to give people now, don't be disheartened, I guess is the first one. But what
Yeah.
tips would you give?
Do you know, it's so important that you have a very updated CV. Make sure that your CV has your most recent experience on it, with the skills jumping out of the page. Employers don't want to trawl through CVs for more than probably 5 minutes. Make sure that there are no spelling mistakes in there, and connect with recruiters. Write a good covering letter, follow your applications up. There are jobs out there, you just need to persist.
And when you get CVs in and what have you, what are the kind of glaring, oh, they've done that? What are the kind of things that you just think, oh, please don't ever do that?
Um, Please make sure you put your telephone number on there. The amount of CVs that we get through, and there's no phone number, that can be quite frustrating. Make sure as well that, your social media accounts, you haven't got stuff on social media that you don't want future employers not to see. Because lots of employers, they will Google people by their names. So it's very, very important that your social media accounts are up to date, private where they need to be private, and where your CVs are clear and they're concise with all of the information on there that recruiters and employers need.
Yeah, and you've got a job, haven't you? You've got a job advert there. So can you go through that for us? What have you got?
So I've got a customer service role at the moment in Godalming. It's a temp to perm position. And ultimately, we're looking for somebody that really wants an opportunity, that loves chatting to people on the phone, somebody that's happy to work in a small office with two other members of staff, that's self motivated, and that wants the opportunity. That's what we want. We want people that work hard, that want the opportunity, that are dedicated, really.
And when you
And
when you say temp to
mm,
perm, how does that
yeah.
work?
So they go in and they temp through our agency. So it's very much a sort of week by week contract. And if they shine and if they're fantastic at the role, the employer will say to us, right, we'd like to take them on permanently. So it's a bit of a trial period in essence.
But that's good for the applicant as much as anything, isn't it? Because if you end up not liking it, there's kind of no egg on your face if perhaps
Absolutely.
if it doesn't work out.
Absolutely. It's try before you buy for both sides, Leslie.
Yeah, and how much is that one paying if it was to go permanent?
That one at the moment is paying around about £10 an hour, okay, on an hourly rate. And if it goes permanent, it'll pay up to 21,000. And we are looking for good candidates who are available with customer service experience and with office experience for that role.
Right. Okay. And so if someone was to apply for that, send in their CV. What kind of things do you want to see immediately to know? Right. I can successfully put that person forward for that job.
Office experience and customer service is somebody that's dealt with call volumes, that's dealt with telephone queries, that's got Microsoft Office and a pleasant telephone manner. And we will consider people that, have other skills as well. So please don't let that put you off applying. But ultimately, we do need a strong customer service focus on the CV.
And are you seeing, for the people who are calling you to be registered with you, to be put on your books, are you seeing an influx of people? Are you seeing a certain category of people? What are you seeing at the moment?
I would say our applications at the moment are about 40% up. So we're getting an awful lot of traffic coming through online. And the difficulty is, as recruiters, we can't always reply to everybody. Um, Yeah, it is. It's tough times. There are people that are very, very desperate, but we do try and help everyone. But at the end of the day, most of our local businesses are looking for a maximum of probably 5 CVs per job. So they very much will contact us and say, find us 4 or 5 fantastic candidates that we can interview and offer, because they don't have time to be trawling through lots of CVs. That's where we sort of save the companies their time and money.
Yeah, and almost to a certain degree, you're the first barrier to get through. I used to work actually. Well, I used to be a
Mhm,
temp when I was at
mhm.
university, and then during the holidays, I'd do temping. And I actually
Yeah,
temped at a recruitment office, and it was my job to be the initial. It sounds awful, but dump the CVs, to go through them
yes,
and separate the wheat from the chaff, sort of thing. And so
yeah.
almost we've got to appeal to you as much as we have to, to get further down the line.
Absolutely. I mean, connect with your recruiter on LinkedIn. That's always a good way. A covering letter. I always like to see a covering letter for certain job positions. A telephone call. Hi, did you get my CV? Can you give me a call back? Make sure that you follow your application up. And those candidates do really stand out because it shows how keen they are on the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, and it counts for so much, doesn't it? Enthusiasm. So,
Mm,
so if somebody's heard that customer service role that you mentioned
mhm.
earlier, and they're interested, what can they do? How can they get in touch with you?
Apply to me quickly. It's a really quick turnaround. It's to start a week on Monday. So send the CV through. So we're 2i Recruit, www.2irecruit.co.uk. Send it through to info@2irecruit.co.uk. My name's Jenny Jamieson. I will look at the CV, and if you're suitable, I'll be in touch today and on Monday.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much, Jenny. And also, do you give people kind of tips when you get a CV in? If you think they show promise or whatever, would you say to them, "Look, you need to change this, change that," in order to go to the employer?
I'm so passionate about what I do, absolutely. And if you look at our blogs on our website, Um, I've probably got about 60 blogs on interview tips, finding jobs during the coronavirus crisis. Go and look at the blogs. Follow us on Facebook. We've got tons of tips coming in every week.
Lovely. Thank you. So good talking to you, and really good to hear that, Jenny. Thank you. Jenny Jamieson, director there of 2i Recruit, based in Godalming. It's 17 minutes past 9.